crazy is that they spent centuries telling gays that they were going to hell, they were going to burn in hell. And now when Miss Mamas puts that in his music video, it's like people having an issue with it. What happened? What happened?
Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Give me your wig. You don't know.
I always remind you to go to patreon.com/AsianExpression, and today is no different, especially because of all the shit that has been happening this past week. I know that we're going to have a good ass conversation like we always do every single Tuesday, so make sure you go over there and check it out. A whole bunch of other stuff. Y'all already know how it goes. Now, I just want to get right into the topics that we're going to be talking about. The first one is Tina turning out. I had to prepare myself. I literally just finished watching it. I had to prepare myself. I did not watch it when it first came out because I knew that it was going to be an emotionally heavy kind of thing. So if you are interested in watching it and you're just like, you're not in the mental space right now to handle a bunch of heavy emotional just situations, obviously Tina talking about her life, like, just hold off on it. But I finally had the mental fortitude to watch it today, and it was emotionally heavy, but it was beautiful. It was like I said in my description, it was inspiring to see her go through this journey, but it was just really cool to see her go into even more detail about her life. There was a certain scene where she was just, obviously we know that it's because of the movie and because of, like, you know, things that she has said. We know that there was a pivotal time where she had to cross that highway. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And she just described herself seeing lights, a bunch of lights. I was out of my mind, but, you know, I was scared, but I reached for that freedom and I got it. I think that was a very that scene in the documentary was extremely touching, but it was encouraging to me, and maybe, you know, other people too who think that, okay, you know, once I reach X stage in my life, or once I reach X age, you know, there's no more that I can give, or there's no, but Tina literally found herself. She said that you know, one of the albums that she put out in her 40s, I think, she was like, that was actually my debut album. That was me totally free. And so, yeah, you know, sometimes you feel like you've reached a certain stage or reach a certain age and, you know, that's it. But Tina had reinvented herself, and she had to do it in order to rise up again after she left Ike. I thought that was extremely inspirational. What was frustrating, though, was watching her frustration. You know, there were a couple times in her career she said, okay, I'm going to talk about what happened with me and Ike, so that that's it. I can talk about it, and everybody else shut the fuck up. Don't ask me no more questions about this shit, and that's it. But that never happened, because the more she spoke about it, the more, personally, I think the more positivity came out of it, and the more negativity came out of it. Like, you know, on one hand, you had more people encouraged by that kind of story, especially since a lot of people, especially back then, were not talking about those kinds of things in that way, especially as a huge star. So it was encouraging other people who might have gone through those same things, but at the same time, Tina got tired of every single interview. She was like, it's 16 years since I was with Ike, and people are still asking me about Ike, like, it's crazy. So, and I was gonna say, I hope that Tina's experience will maybe shape and improve the way that some of these people are treat people who go through trauma and shit. Like, she said that every time they brought it up, it felt like she was going back there, you know? So, yeah, I was gonna say, I hope that this will change how people treat people who go through trauma and all that shit, but I don't. Unfortunately, I don't think that shit will ever happen. Like, people are crazy. And speaking of crazy, I don't want to see Ike face. I don't want to see Ike face. Oh my God. But yeah, the documentary was really awesome. It was heartbreaking, but it was also encouraging at the same time. And to see Tina live such a full life, even though she said she was like, the good did not outweigh the bad, her story has really touched a whole lot of people, and you could definitely see it in the documentary. So yeah, those are my quick thoughts about it. I was just like almost about to be a mess in here. Like, it was just so beautiful. So as we know, the indoctrinated, I feel like that's what I need to call them. The indoctrinated are extremely angry. They're still angry at Lil Nas X. They were angry about his Satan shoes or whatever, had one drop of human blood in there or whatever, and a pentagram. They were pissed. But true to general public form, you know, the shoes sold out in less than 1 minute. So the shit was if I was Lil Nas, I'd be like, yeah, talk all your shit. That shit sold out less than 1 fucking minute. Y'all already know how I feel about that shit. Like I said, they're still pressed. But I thought it was really interesting that, you know, Lil Nas was bringing up his experiences when it comes to interacting with some of these bigoted ass Christians, and he was just like, are y'all mad about this shit? Y'all mad about my music video? Feel that same anger that y'all tried to make me feel against myself when I was a teenager. Y'all said I was gonna burn in hell. So like, y'all can just stay mad about it. And I completely agree. And then here come these bitches. Oh my gosh, not all Christians are like that. Like, and I told this one person, I told them, while I was dragging online, even though I said I was not gonna do it, I ended up doing it anyway, child. I told this one person, I'm like, y'all, some of y'all who say that shit, y'all sound like racist white people. Y'all do. And they were like, oh my God, why would you say that? What are you talking about? That's the exact argument when black people say, hey, this is my experience in this society, this is a racist bullshit that I have to go through. Then you have those specific people, instead of listening to what that black person is saying, that person would be like, well, what are you talking about? Not all white people are like this, blah, 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 blah. That's just your experience with one white person. It's like, wow, that's not helpful. At the same time, racism is still a huge overall issue. We ain't talking about individuals, we're talking about overall issue. That's exactly how y'all sound. Oh, not all Christians, not all. Okay, but LGBT across the board are telling you something, are telling you the same thing. And instead of listening, they go immediately into defense. And so when I say you sound like a racist ass white person right now, I think that's when a person like pull back and try to listen to what the fuck I'm saying. But I shouldn't have to go on, like, why can't y'all connect the dots? And like I always say, a lot of Christians are the first ones to be talking about, oh my gosh, respect my beliefs, and they don't do that shit to anybody else. You know, they be coming up here talking about, y'all ain't afraid to go to hell? I don't believe in that shit. So what now? What now? Y'all ain't afraid, what about God? I don't believe in that shit. And it's like they can't even understand, it's possible for someone not to, oh my gosh. They really think that everyone is supposed to just be walking around here just like some dead ass zombies with no ideas of their own, no way to think for themselves. And if a person is atheist or agnostic, then a person is atheist or agnostic. You just have to get the fuck over it. Get over it. But it's that same oppressive spirit that comes out. Every time something like this happens, that same oppressive spirit, what y'all gonna do? If Lil Nas keep doing some shit like this, or other artists, what are y'all gonna do? Start the crusades again? Y'all gonna walk around burning shit up? Maybe shit. Fuck around with y'all history, maybe you will. So yeah, some people are pressed about it. Even Caitlyn Bennett, I heard, was pressed about it, but Lil Nas had a response for her ass, and I, of course, I'm sure you guessed that these are the type of responses that I live for. But yeah, I hope he keeps doing what he's doing and pissing y'all off. I wanna talk a little bit, let's just pick some shit to talk about. Marsai Martin said this, and it kind of went viral. We already know she's a boss, okay? She has her own company, all type of shit. Like, she is ready to take this shit by storm. But she said, I have a couple of rules when you come into my office. And I said, oh my God, sis has an office. You know, I do not do black pain. If it's black pain, I don't go for it because there's so many films and projects about that. So that's not who I am, and I understand her completely. Obviously, the best stories are about how people handle pain and rise above it. But for pain's sake is something, and I completely agree with her, something that's just like, okay, we've seen it all, like, can we get some more, how do I say it? Can we get some more representative stories? Because our story, pain is in our story, but that's not the only thing that's there. You feel me? So yeah, I completely love that. Sis said, when you step into my office, I'm not gonna get over that. I love it. I love it. Guests came out here, and this is just one example. Guests came out here and say, hey, guess what? We seen that Telfar shit. This is what they must have been saying in the board meetings and shit. We seen that Telfar shit, girl. It looks kind of cute, I guess. You know, real shady like. Not me put words in their mouth. This is allegedly what happened in the boardroom. They said, I guess it's kind of cute. Girl, look at this shit. I mean, they wouldn't even do that shit with any type of, I don't know, stealth. Like, damn, bitch, you gonna just do it outright like that? Like, sis, okay, yeah, you could copy my homework, but bitch, my gosh, are you gonna literally write the T's and I's and J's the same way that I'm writing that shit? Like, god damn, bitch, you don't even want to give us plausible deniability, bitch. What the fuck's going on, man? I mean, just bold, big, bright as day, bitch. Just copy the shit. When I tell you social media drag the shit out their ass, social media drag the shit out their ass, as they should. They said, there were so many people like, I hope that Telfar sues the shit out y'all. Like, the backlash got so bad that Guess had to end up releasing this statement. They said, Signal Brands, the handbag licensee of Guess Inc. has voluntarily halted, listen to the fucking tone of this shit, has voluntarily halted the sale of its G logo totes. Some on social media have compared the totes to Telfar Global's shopping bags. Signal Brands does not wish to create any impediments. Listen to this shit. Signal Brands does not wish to create any impediments to Telfar's global success, and as such has independently decided to stop selling G logo totes. Man, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Signal Brands does not wish to create any impediments on Telfar's success. We don't want to get in the way of y'all little ass money. We don't want to get in the way of y'all little ass clouds. So I guess we'll stop. Like, bitch, what the fuck you talking about, bitch? I do not know a whole lot about the fashion world, but I do know that it can be extremely difficult to sue people, especially when they do things like that. But I hate when companies act like that. Like, oh yeah, girl, well, never mind, we'll get out your way. When, like, obviously you stole it. Obviously because it's cool and successful and y'all wanted some of the fucking juice and sauce, okay? So stop acting like that. That statement was so whack. Like, I'd be like, bitch, it's time, like, what's up? What's up? If I was Telfar, I'd be like, what's up, bitch? What's up? What's up? That statement was whack. And lastly, speaking of something that is whack, this particular segment of Jimmy Fallon's latest show, I guess, that he put out, featuring Addison Rae, and I guess she was doing these TikTok dances, and we already know how she was doing them because the dances were created, they were originally created by black creators, and those black creators were not featured on that goddamn show, so you already know if the dance was doing this, Miss Mamas was doing this. You see what I'm saying? It's just, it wasn't given, right? But that's last on the priority list. Like, I didn't expect sis to have no rhythm anyway, right? The real priority is the fact that black creators already have to deal with bullshit ass algorithms, and you talking about like TikTok and shit where they've already had issues with that. So black creators already have to deal with fighting to get the same amount of visibility. I mean, doing 2-3 times the goddamn work, fighting to get the same type of visibility that their white counterparts do. And then when they do get that shit, you have these huge white accounts swooping down, taking their dances that they do, not giving them any credit, and taking their ass to fucking Jimmy Fallon, taking their ass all over the fucking, taking their ass to LA, taking their ass, you know what I mean? Just making money, getting a whole lot of visibility off of dances that they do not fucking create themselves, right? And instead of saying, hey girl, I'm doing this dance, this shit is where it came from, they take their asses to these shows, and the black creators who literally are the lifeblood of these social media sites never get the recognition and the awards, they never get promoted the way that these other people do, and they don't do shit for it. So of course, when that came out, everybody started dragging. Like, everybody started dragging. I even saw Sunny from The View, right? Sunny, she tweeted, she was like, girl, what about the black creators who created this shit? I mean, they even did a video side by side. I don't want to put it in here just in case copyright shit. But they even put a video side by side of one of the black creators that came up with a TikTok dance that Miss Acid was doing. They put their ass side by side, and it was just not, the flavor was not there. The flavor was not there. So I just want what everyone else who was dragging wants. Like, give these black creators their shine and their due. Like, oh my gosh, it's not that difficult to call them. Just have somebody call these bitches to come out there. And then not only that, like, y'all greedy asses, y'all won't even do it for the ratings and for the money, because they're going to get eyes on your show. Like, at least do it for the coin. I'm tired. On that note, y'all, I think I'm done. Every video I do, especially when I be hopping all over the place, it feels like a fucking workout. It feels like a workout. Anyway, make sure, like I said, you join patreon.com/AdrianExpression. This week is definitely gonna give us a fucking awesome ass episode, so you will not want to miss it. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you so much, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.